Hi, welcome back to my bikini prep series. I am 14 weeks out. I haven't recorded for the past week. I skipped a check-in, and then this week I was about to, but I'm not gonna let this one slip by. And my schedule has just been so busy and chaotic, and yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough, but we're gonna talk a little bit more about what's been going on since I last checked in, and also what are my plans with where I'm currently at. So let's get into that. As far as physique goes, I wish all check-ins were great, where I check in, I'm losing fat and, you know, turning down like as I would want. But like I said, this past 2 weeks have been pretty busy and chaotic, and I'm doing things with Slay and like doing transition and trying to do that on top of my full-time job and try to get some content to record. It's been a lot, and I found myself going back resorting to emotional eating, and it's really weird. I'm a dietitian, and something that bugs me is when people think that because I am a dietitian I have to be thin, or I am lean because I'm an athlete. But some clients will see me and they think like that's like part of my credentials, like my actual physique, you know, and I'm like, no, it's my knowledge, you guys. Like, but I digress. I have been struggling with emotional eating, and it's been a while since I've had issues with that. I feel like the past few years my emotional eating has been controlled and I've been very mindfully eating. But currently, with all this extra added stress, I find myself just like more stress and having like less time to do things. I feel like I'm always like rushing and like just always on the go. And because I'm always on the go, I know I'm like in a prep, so I try to eat my meals. But even then, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just like very anxious, very anxious. And so I literally keep filling up my mouth, and I keep getting like super full and super bloated. Just like, oh, I just overeat. I've been overeating, and I know I can't do this, especially now when I am in prep. But that's the reality of it. I wish this check-in could have been like, oh my god, it's been good, I'm going down, but it's not. I looked at myself, and sometimes that's why it's good to have someone else as your coach, because I looked at myself and I don't know if I have body dysmorphia or what, but then I'm just like disappointed. I'm like, ugh. But this is part of the process. Not everything is linear. Sometimes life happens, and I just have to remind, when I do my check-ins, have to like remind myself that it's okay. Just give myself grace. I am healthy, my body's alive, I'm able to move, and I'm grateful for all the things that my body is able to do, even if it's not be at the physique or weight that I want it to be. Like, I'm trying my best. But yeah, as far as my check-in, body fat, I did go up 0.6%. So again, I've been overeating, so I know why. Muscle went up also 2 pounds, so I mean, at least I built some muscle. Weight says I went up 4.2 pounds, and I think, oh, that's what happened. So I did really good the first week when I did my check-in. When I started my prep, the first week I did really good. Actually, like the first 4 days, and then I did my check-in, and I still had to finish off the weekend. And then after that weekend, that's when I really messed up, and I went from like 145 at my check-in to like 150. And I was like, whoa, I need to chill. So yeah, I'm showing that I gained 4 pounds because it's taking into account that check-in when I was at my lowest at 145, but I had gained weight up to the 150. So right now I am 149.6. so I'm going down from the damage that some of the damage that has been going on since the past week, but I'm not at my lowest yet, so I need to fix that. Visceral fat, oh my god, that's the number. I honestly don't know how this scale measures visceral fat, but again, I don't care about accuracy. I'm just looking at trends. So when my cardio game is on point and I'm just moving around and getting my steps in and not being as sedentary and sitting down and like scrolling on TikTok and stuff, like I'm actually moving and keeping my body active, I keep that number at around a 3 or a 4. So the fact that it's at a 6, it's still in the green, but it's too high for my personal liking and where I feel most comfortable. So again, my goals are to bring continue bringing that body fat down. As far as muscle mass, that went up because I was overeating. My goal is not to continue overeat. My goal is to go back on my deficit. So I do anticipate it trending down. Hopefully not much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just gained weight, and it was fat and muscle. As far as the measurements, my measuring tape isn't working right now. I thought I needed to change the batteries. I did, and it's still not working. So I'm going to contact the business, see if I can get like a refund or a replacement or something, because I literally just got that one. For training, because I've been struggling, and then this week I'm going through transitions right now in work, and it's gonna be very chaotic. On top of that, it's also a holiday week. So my goal this week is, as far as training, is to focus on cardio, and I don't want to do resistance, because when I do my regular training, we need resistance and cardio at the end, plus my corrective exercise. I can take up to 2-3 hours at the gym. Again, this week is going to be chaotic, and I don't want to spend more than like an hour and a half at the gym. So I'm just going to stick to cardio, an hour of cardio. That's the goal. Zone 1, zone 2 cardio training. As far as my meal plan, to compensate my changes in my training, I'm also switching to a more keto-ish based meal plan, so higher in the fats and lower in carbs. Again, I'm not going to be doing any strength training or any hits. My body's not going to rely too heavily on carbs this week, so I'm hoping to go keto and then also see how that affects my weight loss. Because like I mentioned, the first week when I was sticking to my deficit, I lost a lot of pounds. I was 150, then I dropped down to 145, and I was like, whoa, I dropped like 5 pounds in 1 week. So maybe my diet deficit is too steep. So this week I just want to do cardio. I feel like I'm not going to be burning as much calories as I do whenever I do my heavy lifting. So we'll see how much weight I lose and just my deficit if needed. If I lose too much weight, then that's good news. That means I can add more food the following week. So that's where I'm at as far as training and nutrition. I was struggling. I did change one of my meals. I was doing yogurt for one of them with rice cakes, and I changed it this week because I was gonna do keto, so I was like, I need to figure out just a way to rearrange this meal plan. But also I was struggling because one of my meals, I have one meal that I eat during my lunch break, and then another meal that I have to eat like in a break, and a lot of times I'm like very stressed at work and don't even take that break. So I needed something that I could just quickly eat, and I was trying to figure out like, okay, like what do I do? And I was like, oh my god, I can make a sandwich, right? And I can make like a chicken salad sandwich. And I was like, okay, let's do that. And my carbs are gonna be my bread, and then obviously my protein is gonna be the chicken. If I need to add extra protein, I'll add like yogurt for like that mixture also, you know. So that's where I was going, or that's where I was thinking. But then I changed my plans, and I was gonna do cardio and keto this week. Then I was like, ooh, okay, well, cut out the bread, I don't need that anymore. And since I need to make it keto instead of the yogurt, I'll do avocado. So this week I'm gonna have a chicken avocado salad, and I just had some right now, and it was so good. So I'm hoping this week goes good as far as meals. Again, I am going to be keto, so low carb, and we'll just see how that goes in terms of like headaches and mood and energy and headaches and mood. So yeah, that's nutrition, training, the changes I'm going to be making. My challenges, like I mentioned, were just chaotic. I was too busy, and my goal last week, or 2 weeks ago when I did my last check-in, was to be more disciplined, and I did not stay disciplined. And I keep joking around with my sister because she was like, do you want to bake cookies? And I was like, no. And then I was like, okay, you know what, let's do it. And then we go, and she's like, should we get 1 packet? No, let's get 2. Then we get 2 packets, and then we bake them, and then she leaves, she doesn't eat them, and I was just there with the smell of cookies, and I ate them. You know, I've been emotional eating, and I was like, ooh, the temptation. I couldn't hold strong. And I was joking with her and telling her like, you set me up. And she's like, girl, that's on you, that's your self-discipline. And it's true, and it's hard because previously whenever I've been living I don't know how to explain it. It's just like right now I'm training, so I have a meal plan. I have to eat my things, and I meal prep, so I feel like I have to eat my meals even if I eat off of my meal plan, because the meal's already prepped, and if I don't eat it, it's gonna get tossed, and I'm like, that's being wasteful. Then I end up eating more than I should. But if I was just not training and didn't have a meal plan, I would probably still meal prep, but then I would eat my family's food but be eating more mindfully, so I'm not like stuffing myself. But now, since I'm like training, and I'm just like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, or si me estoy dando a explicar, but I feel like now that I have to follow a diet, and on top of that, living with my family, and on top of that, just like being so stressed out and anxious, it's making it very difficult for me to stick to practice my self-discipline. Like, it's been a challenge, and usually it's not. Usually, you know, I'm like locked in, but I don't know. Last week also, it was like a full moon, and Rao dropped an album, so I was all in my feels. So like that, plus freshly baked 2 packs of cookies, like I'm telling you, like I was overeating. I was overeating. It was so bad. It was so bad. But now we learn, we grow, and we move on. And this week my goal is to stick to this cardio keto week, kind of like a reset. I'm also going to be doing abs, still doing my abs, and I'm thinking the days that I usually have my lower body day, I'm still going to do like 2 or 3 leg workouts, like a circuit, just to still lift something, because I just know how I am, and I'm going to want to lift something. Challenge this week again is sleeping early, managing my stress, and I think it's a cycle for me. As soon as I get back on my wagon, on my cycle where I have to be, like, it's going to be chill, it's gonna be good. So I just have to wake up early, sleep early, so I can wake up early and get up early. That's another thing. I just have to, the alarm rings and I'm thinking like, don't want to get up, what time is it? Like, I need to shut up. The alarm rings, I need to turn around, take off the blanket, and just like feel the cold to like wake me up, or else I'm not going to wake up. And that's how I used to do it before. Like I would have an alarm at 4:30, it would ring, I was like, I'm up. Because I'm telling you, if I don't do that, like I'm just gonna sleep. I'm gonna be like, I can sleep in. My future me that I envision is not doing the things that I'm currently doing, so I have to get on track with what she's doing and stop cutting myself slack. Get on it. This week being a holiday and just transitioning at work, I just want to focus on waking up. Waking up and sleeping, doing my cardio. I feel like that shouldn't be a challenge. I haven't had an issue going to the gym, it's just overeating, so I don't think I will have an issue as far as just like doing cardio and my meals are done. Yeah, just Thanksgiving, watch how much I'm eating, do not overeat, do not emotionally overeat, and just remind myself that, girl, like, the mac and cheese might be good, but you're still gonna be alive tomorrow and the next day and the following day. So just have a portion, slow down, and then if you want more, there's gonna be more days and more leftovers for you to eat, so you can chill. That is it for today. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I'm hoping next month, I want to get back into posing classes, so hopefully I can get started that next month. I'll also be posting some more on Instagram. I feel like I've just been waiting to post like at my check-ins, but I could literally just like do little updates on Instagram also. So yeah, that's my goal, but I don't want to put too much on my plate because I'm a little stressed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little stressed, so we're just gonna take it slow and see how this week's goes. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you back next week. Goodbye.